a young boy, you're going to get girl, they tear hearts, you're there crying. It's part of life, you've not seen anything yet.
As for my dad, I can't talk to him about these things. Like, boy, hey, I'll die.
Something is happening to you and you're like, go and bring your pastor's handkerchief, go and bring whatever to cover your body and stuff. Bro, what is this doing me?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Fact. Yeah, they are. They are, and it's so hard when you're even trying to explain to them because they don't get it, and I don't blame them because they were not taught. So fine, society, how they were socialized, all of that comes to play. So I don't blame them for having that. But then it's sad when you are explaining and they don't even want to get it. Like something, like it's something, it's not even that deep. But then you've started a conversation and they are all over the place about it. In my time, I didn't do this. Yes, we get it. That's why it's not your time. Like, forget your time and just focus on what we are presently. Like, yes, you didn't have that experience when you in your time, fine. But then that is why you are alive today, to experience what we are experiencing now, for you to have like unlearn certain things. Like, it's one thing I'm like really advocating for. Like, they don't get it and they don't even want to sit and listen to you explain yourself. So yeah, it's something that like, yeah, they should. I feel like, as part of counseling for married couples, they should teach them that. Just so their unborn children will know they will know how to handle their unborn children. I feel like it's something we should. Counselors in Ghana, stop breaking up with your wives and think about that.
Yes, they are. Because you are going through something and you're afraid of telling your mom, your dad, because you fear they're going to laugh at you, going to criticize you more. I mean, I've not been outside the country to the European world or something, but seeing their movies and how parents relate to their kids when it comes to mental health. And with Africa, they're very ignorant about it. Very, very. And unless the thing is extreme, like you are going through a breakup right now and you've done a lot in a relationship, you've done a lot for the guy, then the guy breaks up. I mean, it hurts. But when you tell your mom, then your mom will be like, now then but you know what, unless it gets extreme, maybe you plan on committing suicide or something and they'll come and they'll be like, hey, blah 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 blah, trying to take you somewhere or something. But most of the time they're really ignorant about when it comes to white parents, they'll try to, so what's going on. And even I wonder if this was the name therapist or these people, they even get customers when it comes to Africa, because our parents are really ignorant about mental health when it comes to Africa. Very.
Yes, they are. And let me say, with my mental health that I've been through, like some of these are heartbreaks. So maybe you're in the house and you get some broken hearts. Your mom, she doesn't really care about certain things. Like sometimes I just want to be alone, think about certain things. This woman will tell me I didn't need to be in a relationship, and why are you supposed to put your all in? I don't know, but they don't care about your mental health, and that's so bad. They'll be like, do you know where we are coming from? Do you know the things we've been through? The time we're not getting food to eat, we didn't put that one on our mental distance. So sit somewhere and then enjoy, but it's not easy though.
Hell yes, I believe they are very, very ignorant about mental health. Why? Because, I don't know, but their grandparents and their it's like their descendants were ignorant. And they didn't make a conscious effort to be ignorant, to have that knowledge. Let me give you a typical example. When I came there was a time I was coming from my apartment, then I saw two kids, very young kids, right? And their mom and dad were like arguing with each other verbally on the road, on the streets. And you can see that the kids were distressed and they were like holding each other behind their parents. and everybody was just like looking at them. At that point, their parents they are not concerned about what the kids are going through. But what they don't understand is that as the kid grows, you are inducing childhood trauma on the kid. And I know exactly how that feels. And it takes a lot for a kid to let go of that, seeing what their parents are doing. I feel like human beings, we are not perfect. One way or the other, you would have disagreements or fights, whatnot. But don't do it in front of the child.
No, but mine is, but generally no. So I think our culture, our system, our beliefs have created, should I say, a scenario, a space where the child can't even go to the parents and say, okay, mama, I'm going through this and that, because they'll be like, like, what were you doing? Like, why, which bad thing did you do that you are depressed? What are you doing? Like, those sorts of things. And then, since when they hear that it's something bad, or come after your life, you didn't even want to. You just be there and then think, and it will kill you.
Have you had an instance where you were battling with something and you had to discuss with your parents, but they didn't have the chance to because of how ignorant probably they were?
Oh, you really want me to go there, huh?
Mentally, as for my dad, I can't talk to him about these things. Like, boy, hey, I'll die. But my mom, she's lenient enough to like listen to me. So, I think December thereabout, had a broken heart, and I was suffering. I was really suffering. So then I told my mom about it. Then she was like, so what are you going to do about it? Do you want to go back, beg him, or what are you going to do? I was like, I don't know. That's how I've called you. I'm just telling you to call him and then say something. My mom was like, how can I do that? And the boy I was with at that time, he's not good at speaking Chi. And my mom, to typical Ghanaian, she can't come and say English over there. And she was like, I should just forget about him. I should take my time. I should just if I feel like there's this particular thing that keeps me getting in touch with him, it's always reminding me of that thing. I should just get rid of it and we'll be fine.
He's asking you to do it.
What my mom said. Do you know it?
Yeah, lots of time, like countless number of time, because I'm like, she's not even going to understand. So let me just keep it myself. Like, she's not going to understand. He's not going to understand. I was heartbroken, and I didn't want to tell my mom because I know the way she is, and I didn't want to tell my dad too. Because my mom would be like, so you muscular boy like you, tall boy like you, and the lady has broken your heart and you're coming to. So, and I know my friends too, because if I tell my friends, that would even be the worst part. Because I used to laugh at them when they get broken hearts. So I just shut up, and I was dull for a week or two, and I just, let me just scrap them. But I was still texting, they were leaving me on red and they blocked me. I was like, oh, okay, let's move forward.
How I broke through mine was, I was just going through hell. Heartbreak issues was affecting me, and then I'm very close to my mom. Mom was like, Charlie, mom, this is what this girl has done to me. It's part of life, but I don't know how to handle it. I can't study, I can't do this, I can't focus. It's eating me up. And then I was like, oh, since it's mommy-son issue, my dad had it, and then it became a family issue. So yeah, sometimes just speak to them, just be bold. It's all about that confidence that you have in you. Don't wait there and then make it affect you. If you die, we will go live for a year, you go left, you understand? Speak up. The moment you speak up, everything leaves. My mom is a funny one, yeah? That's why I like my mom. So they tease me, like, hey, young boy, you're going to get girl. They tear hearts, you're there crying. It's part of life, you've not seen anything yet. It's like, they'll tease you that sort of love, and then they'll tell you, oh, we are here for you. But low-key, they'll tease you, right? But in a friendly way. So in that point, you'll be like, okay, since the girl is even out of my life, my family has me. So I'm like, that family person, anything, small thing. Hello, mama. This is what has happened, what should I do? This is what has happened, what should I do? They'll give you like every detail that you need. So yeah, basically, just speak to them. Speak to them. Speak to them. Use that kind of courage. Speak to them. If they'll kill yourself, be like, hey, you know me, I come here. You carry me, come here. Speak to them.
There has been a time I wanted to speak with my parents, but then I felt they were not in the position to understand, being that my parents were never there. They had their own things they were dealing with, so I just think they were not even present being parents. I don't know if you understand that. So I had to like figure everything out on my own. First instance is, as a young girl, you wish you were like that close with your mom, where when you have boy trauma, when you have your period, like you can go and tell mommy, this is what happened, what am I supposed to do about it? I remember very well, I'm not saying that they were not good parents, but I just think they could have done better. But anyways, so I remember going to my mom and telling her about it. Already she has her thing she was dealing with, so her reaction wasn't very well, and I felt some type of way because it's my period, and most female children would have just hid it from their parents or whatnot, but I just wanted to share with her. So yeah, and I remember my cousin was the one that was like, oh wow, you've become older, and she bought me an egg to put in my mouth and all of that, which would be nice if a mom could have done that. And it kind of affected me, and like so many others that I can't list everything right now, but yeah, so we have to figure it out on our own.
So I don't know if you have noticed, but then I won't say a Ghanaian home, but then most of the times when it comes to when our parents marry, stepmother, stepfather issues, like all of that, mostly for the young child, they just wake up and then there's a new person in the family and then they have to like adjust to whoever the person is, regardless of how they feel about the other side of the parents. You go to your parent like, oh, why is daddy here and then there's another uncle? Your mom she definitely paints the other parents black. Like, and then if you try to pick a side, you the child, you are seen as like you are ungrateful, you don't care and stuff like that. And it was hard for my friend to like take all of that in because he is with his mother who has a new husband, and then the fact is the man is giving the child gifts and all of that. It's like he's not a child now, but like the man was like giving him gifts and all of that. The fact of the matter is you're not giving the child a gift because you like the child. You are doing all of that to impress the woman you are in a marriage for. But then the child is supposed to accept and smile even if they don't like the gifts. And the funny thing is those gifts are very basic gifts. Like if it's a boy, they're going to get you a football. If it's a girl, they're getting you toys. Have you really sat down with a child? Because all what you're doing here is just to score points to impress the woman. And like, you are not here. The fact is, you're not even here for the child. You're also coming to make your own children. And like, so I honestly feel like that was hard for my friend. And then he expressing it to the mom felt like, oh, you're trying to break my marriage. You don't want me to be happy. And it was not even about that. He didn't say, don't go and marry. But he's like, get the man off my space. Like, I know he's not here for me. So like, yeah. So I feel like how he handled it was just move on, because he had nothing to do, and therapists in Ghana are expensive.
The former Nyame thing, my parents go to church, but I always cry for those friends of mine or kids that their parents are so devoted, like they actually worship their pastors, because like something is happening to you and they're like, go and bring your pastor's handkerchief, go and bring whatever to cover your body and stuff. Bro, what is this doing me? Just get me a solution for that. For me, no, sometimes God intervenes though. That one, they're not gonna lie, God intervenes, but some situations are there. We should just deal with it like physically. No for anything. No for money. Imagine the number of people calling God at that time. Why God attends to now?
So I would say that Farmer Nyamino, that was their time, like olden days. But this time around, Farmer Nyamino, it won't work. Because there are certain things, we know that God, He can do it, but I betcha. So we have to put certain things in our eyes. Right now that we have law, we can do anything. In that Farmer Nyamino, I don't think it's going to work right now. I know sometimes there are things that you can leave for Nyame, but there are certain things you know that if you pay back, it will go. But the black Farmer Nyame, no. The olden days, the Farmer Nyame is good, but this time around, It's a no, no, no.
So, I wouldn't say they are not ignorant, but sometimes I do feel like it is something being passed on, right? So if way back they weren't able to speak to their kids, their parents, sorry, they wouldn't be able to create that atmosphere where their kids would also, come and speak to them, right? So it needs to start from somewhere. If you, the kid, want to break that, should I say, cycle, speak to your dad, speak to your mom. I'm going through this and that. Help me out. They've been through what you are going through as of now, right? Speak to them. They'll give you their advice. You learn it, and then when you give birth or you have adopted kids, you can transfer that same energy, that same vibe to them as well. So, they know it, but they just want you to speak up.